it's time for Timothy Churchmouth. Yes, it's time for Timothy, Kathleen, and their friends to greet you with today's story, Rainy Day in the Attic. They're waiting just for you, so come on in for fun and adventure with Timothy Churchmouth.
Well, go ahead. It's your move.
Okay, there.
Timothy, that was a dumb move. See? I can jump you there, and I win again.
Oh, who cares? I'm tired of this old game. We've already played 5 games.
Yes, and I won 4 of them just because you don't really try.
Well, I'm bored. I didn't come to the farm to play checkers. I came to ride the horses and tramp through the woods and have fun. And all it does is rain. Can't go outside. Can't even watch TV because it's broken. And Aunt Agatha just sits there and rocks and knits. Gee.
She can't help the weather, Timothy, and her rheumatism hurts when it rains.
Timothy, love, would you mind getting my shawl? I'm just a wee mite chilly.
What am I, a servant or something?
Timothy!
Oh, land sakes, you are cranky today, Timothy. That's not at all like you.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's this old rain spoiling all my fun.
Oh, I'm sorry, love. I thought you and Kathleen were having a nice game of checkers.
Checkers, smeckers. You're just old and don't know what fun is.
Ooh, well, maybe you're right. You know, when we get older, we forget how much energy you youngsters have. But not know what fun is. Oh. You know, I've been waiting for a day just like this to go up in the attic and see if I could find my wedding dress. Our church is celebrating its 50th anniversary, and they wanted to use it in their pageant. How would you two like to go up and help me hunt for it?
Okay, that'd be neat.
Oh, I'd love to, Aunt Agatha.
May I use my flashlight to lead the way?
Oh, that'd be a big help, Timothy. All righty, now come on along. Land sakes, the dust and cobwebs. Oh, I haven't been up here for ages.
Oh, it sure smells funny. Kind of old and musty.
Ooh! What's that?
Oh, don't be frightened, Kathleen. That's my old dress form. I used to sew a lot in my younger days.
Hey, what's this funny-looking thing? And all these pictures. Look, there's 2 of each one.
My stereopticon. Oh, my, the fun I used to have with that. You know, we didn't have any television when I was a youngster, but we used to think this was, how do you say it? We thought this was neat. Here, let me show you. There.
Why, it looks like you can walk inside the picture.
Yes, it has real depth to it.
Boy, oh, boy. Oh, may I take them downstairs when we go and look at all of them?
Well, I think that's a good idea, Timothy. I'd like to see them again myself.
Is this an old iron, Aunt Agatha? Where's the cord?
No cord, Kathleen. No electricity back then. We used to just set it over the fire and heat it up.
You could use it for a doorstop, Aunt Agatha.
You know, that's a good idea, Timothy. I just might do that.
Oh, look, Timothy. Records. Great big ones. And they're so thick. Did you have record players in your day, Aunt Agatha?
Oh, yes, but we called them Victrolas and gramophones back then, Kathleen. Oh, the memories these bring back. Caruso. Oh, there was a voice. Alma Gluck, Gallicurci, and Sir Harry Lauder.
And is that funny-looking thing your gramophone? Can we play it, please, Aunt Agatha?
Oh, well, yes, does it still work?
Let me go and wind it up and see if I can get it to work.
Blood as the crimson twilight, like the close of an angel's sun, and it lay on my fevered spirit with a touch of infinite calm.
Well, I guess he had a great voice, but it doesn't sound so good on that gramophone. Sort of funny, isn't it?
Funny? We thought it was beautiful.
Here's one with a funny title. Abba Dabba Honeymoon. Oh, and you think our songs today are way out.
What's in this old trunk? Pirate treasure?
Well, treasure, yes, Kathleen, but not pirate treasure. Why, this old trunk is filled with memories from my past. Maybe my wedding dress is in here. Let's see if I can find it. Just a minute now.
Ooh, what a pretty fan. Was it yours, Aunt Agatha?
Oh, my, yes. Oh, my goodness, what memories this brings back. This is what I used to carry when I went to the theater.
Oh, hey, neat. Look at that poster over there. The villain still pursued her.
Oh, my, and that was a show. Oh, I was always so excited. You know, I lived down by the Mississippi River, and every spring we were so excited when the showboat came round the bend.
A showboat? Oh, what kind of boat is that?
Oh, only the most exciting boat in the world. I can almost hear the calliope playing now. Old Captain Andy come out, and he'd stand up there on the top deck, and the whole town had come down to greet him. And then that evening, you know, we'd all go aboard and we'd see the show. Oh, my, how my heart would flutter as the villain pursued the heroine. And then later that night, when I'd go to bed, I'd dream about running away from home and becoming an actress on a showboat.
You did? I can't believe it. Aunt Agatha, I just can't imagine you wanting to do anything like that. You always seem so, well, sort of practical.
Yeah, that's the kind of silly thing Kathleen would want to do. A showboat actress. Oh, I can just see her now. So dramatic.
Oh, dear. What am I going to do? The mortgage is due on the old homestead. Heartless Harry will be here soon to collect it, and I can't pay him. My poor old widowed mother is starving. Woe is me! My dress is in tatters, and I am hungry, too. Honest Timothy Trueheart would help me, but he went off to the big city to seek his fortune. Boo-hoo! What shall I do?
Ha-ha, me proud beauty. I have come for the mortgage money. I trust you can pay it. Pay it? Ha. I know she's as poor as a church mouse.
Oh, please, sir. I do not have the money. Please give me just a little longer.
Pay it now, or out on the street you go.
I can't pay the rent.
You must pay the rent.
I can't pay the rent. Have pity on poor, poor little me.
Aha, here's the chance I've been waiting for. Marry me, and you will live forever in riches. I will shower you with gowns and jewels and take care of your poor old widowed mother.
But my heart belongs to Timothy Trueheart. If only he would return. I'd rather die than marry this villain. I can see how unhappy I'd be, like a bird in a gilded cage.
today. I hope you're satisfied. You dragged and dragged me down until my soul within me died. You've shattered each and every dream. You fooled me from the start. And though you're not...
Then out on the street you go, and your widowed mother, too, to starve to death.
Oh.
Kathleen, my love, I have come to save you. I made my fortune in the big city. Here, you villain, is your money. This will be the honeymoon cottage for me and my fair bride-to-be. Will you marry me, Kathleen?
Oh, yes, my hero.
Curses foiled again.
I sure wish we still had showboats today, Aunt Agatha. I'll bet you'd have made a great actress. I never thought about you being young and wanting to do fun things like that.
Well, now, I didn't always have gray hair and wrinkles, you know.
What else did you do back in the olden times, Aunt Agatha?
Well, if you're really interested...
Oh, you are!
Well, I used to have a bow.
You mean a hair ribbon?
Well, yes, as a matter of fact, I did have a ribbon for my hair, great big one. Here's one right here. But the beau I'm referring to, Kathleen, is a young man who came courting.
You had boyfriends?
Well, does that surprise you so?
Oh, no. I imagine you were the belle of the town, Aunt Agatha.
Well, I wouldn't say that, but my, we did have fun. And how proud I was when the young man would come up to call for me in his horse and carriage, and we'd go riding around the village square.
Boy, that sounds like real fun. I bet I could make him go fast.
What in the world is this funny-looking outfit? It looks like it had bloomers and long stockings. Was it a Halloween costume?
Well, indeed not. I'll have you know this was my very first swimsuit.
With long sleeves?
And heavy stockings?
Well, now, I'll have you know, we thought these were very fashionable. In fact, when we went Slippery Rock swimming, I felt quite daring. But you know, things are different nowadays. But children and young people are all the same. We're just as lively, and we had just as much fun as the young people did today.
Daisy, Daisy, give me your answer, do. I'm half crazy, oh, for the love of you. It won't be a stylish marriage, I can't afford a carriage, but you'll look sweet upon the seat of a bicycle built for two. Put on your old gray bonnet with a blue ribbon on it while I hitch old Dobbin to the shade, and through the fields of clover we'll drive up to Dover on our golden wedding day. Put on your old gray bonnet with a blue ribbon on it while I hitch old Dobbin to the shade, and through the fields of clover we'll drive up to Dover on our golden wedding day. I'm just wild about Mary, and Mary's wild about me. The heavenly blisses of her kisses fill me with ecstasy. She's sweet, just like chocolate candy, and just like honey from the bee. Oh, I'm just wild about Mary, and she's just wild about, cannot do without. She's just wild about me.
Aunt Agatha, here's another funny, I mean, different-looking outfit.
Heavens to Betsy, my duster and my goggles. I didn't know I still had them.
Where in the world did you go in that get-up?
That, young man, is what I wore when we went out in our first automobile.
Gee, you mean you had cars way back then? What happened to the horses?
Oh, little by little, Timothy, the automobiles took the places of the horses. Oh, and we did have fun. Let's see now. Here's a picture of my first automobile. See it?
Why did you dress up so funny, Aunt Agatha?
Oh, well, mostly it was a matter of protection, Kathleen. You see, the cars, they were mostly open back then, and we didn't have super highways like you did, just old dirt roads. So we'd have to cover up to keep from getting dirty, and we'd wear the goggles to protect our eyes from the dust.
How fast could you go in, Agatha, in the old cars?
Well, after the young man would crank 'em up, we'd whiz along at 15 or 20 miles an hour.
Are you kidding? 20 miles an hour is hardly moving.
Well, by today's standards, you're right, Timothy. But you must remember, we were used to the horse and carriage. And then we'd go bouncing merrily along, and pretty soon, bang, we'd have a flat tire. And then some smart aleck was sure to come along and holler, "Get a horse!"
Oh, you make it sound like so much fun, Aunt Agatha. Oh, I can just see us now, dressed up in that outfit and riding in an old car.
I've got a brand new car, I said a brand new car, ready, shiny, and bright. All four cylinders raring to go when I take you out tonight. We'll cover hill and dale, we're gonna sing and shout. That's the way that we feel. Mr. Policeman, don't worry about us in my brand new automobile. Rumble seat made for two done in leatherette. Boy, it's really something to behold. And then in case of rain, the top rolls up to keep from getting wet. I'm the Armstrong heater when it's cold. When it's cold. I want to do the town, I want to show the world just exactly how a fella feels when you're out with a girlie on a moonlit night in a brand new automobile. Just watch her go, let's get started in my automobile. Automobile, beep, beep.
Tell us some more, Aunt Agatha. What else did you do when you were a girl?
Oh, dear me, you're stretching my memory today. Oh, look, here's my parasol. Oh, my, how dressed up I felt when I put on my big picture hat, and here it is right here, and went strolling through the park. You know, the concerts were big events back in those days, and oh, I can almost hear that band playing now. You know, there was a great big bandstand right in the middle of our village square, and all the children would run about it and play and roll their hoops. And some folks would spread a nice big tablecloth, and they'd have a picnic right there on the village square. Oh, we had such fun as the band played.
Must have been Aunt Agatha.
Oh, it was, Timothy. And thinking back on it, there just never was a dull moment. And you know, Memorial Day and the 4th of July were special events in our little town. We'd have parades in the morning and patriotic speeches in the afternoon, honoring the great heroes of our country who fought for our liberty and freedom. All the old veterans would be there in their worn uniforms. Oh, how proud we were. And every year, without fail, a lump would come to my throat and tears would well up in my eyes as the band played the battle hymn of the Republic. Oh, we were bursting with pride at being Americans. Oh, you know, youngsters, it's a wonderful privilege to live in a country where you're free to say what you want to say, and where you can vote for whoever you want to vote for, and where you're free to worship God in the church of your choice. You know, there are some countries where people can't do that.
You mean that there are some places in the world where people can't go to whatever church they want to?
That's right, Timothy. In some countries, the government closes down the church and imprisons the missionaries that we send over there to tell their people about God.
Aren't they even allowed to hear about Jesus and how he taught people to love one another and to care about each other?
That's right, Kathleen.
Boy, I'm sure glad I was born in the United States. Why, the church is our life.
Aunt Agatha, hearing how things were back when you were a girl has been like going on a trip into another world.
Oh, it was the same world, Kathleen. Only things moved at a different pace back then. Perhaps we had a little more time to stop and appreciate what we had. But you know, all of these things are just part of your heritage, the knowledge that one generation hands on to the next. And now, pretty soon, it's going to be your turn to take over. Oh, you're living in an exciting age, my children. Life does move at a faster pace, but greater things are happening. We can talk to people all over the world on the telephone. and we can see them on television and fly to visit them in a very short time. You really get to know and understand and care about people in other parts of the world, something that was not possible for everybody back in my day. Oh, there have been such wonderful advances in science. But you must always remember that it's God living in people's hearts that really makes them free. Only God can rid the human heart of evil, whether the year be 1908 or 1968 or 2008.
You know, Aunt Agatha, I'm glad now that it rained today. This has been great, seeing how things were back in the olden days.
And you know, I can think of one more thing we did back in the olden times that you haven't done.
Oh, what's that?
A taffy pull. An old-fashioned taffy pull. Let me look in here just once more for my wedding. Here it is. Oh, yes, here it is.
Aunt Agatha, you must have been a beautiful bride.
You're still beautiful, Aunt Agatha. You're the greatest.
Oh, go along with your Timothy Church Mouse. You'll be turning your old auntie's head. You're pretty great yourself, you know. Well, come on, children, let's go downstairs, and we'll have that taffy pull. Now, I'm going to put some butter on your fingers so it doesn't stick to that taffy while we're down there.
Oh, boy.
It's time now to leave Timothy and Kathleen, but come again next week when Timothy finds sand in his shoes. The voice of Timothy Church Mouse is Sandy Tyler. Kathleen is Susan Davis. Eileen Ackman is seen as Aunt Agatha. Heartless Harry was Clint Major. The pantomime dance was done by Tim Lauher and Pam Singer and Anita Cox. Martha Alice and Helena Balkus assisted with musical animations. Artwork and props were created by Anita Cox, Martha Alice, Julia DeSegno, Dorothy Klaus, and Jane Cox. Costumes by Marge Winstead.